What's up? What's up? Happy day, y'all. Getting in here in the morning, opening up in about 20 or so minutes. I'm going to talk a little college football, going to talk some cards, but specifically the rough start for Florida State. They are 0-2. They just lost to Boston College, and this was the Florida State team that was ranked number 10 to start the year. And they were undefeated last year. Had the quarterback got injured and didn't make the playoff. And I remember I was with my buddies down in Austin. We were watching that Florida State game. Forget who they were playing late in the year. And somebody in our group was like, "Oh, they're undefeated. How do they not make the playoff?" And I'm like, "Who did they beat?" It's not hard to go undefeated when your strength of schedule is 36. And I know they've lost some guys to the NFL, and they have a new team, right? New quarterback, but I think they have a new coach. Do they have a new coach? Maybe I'm just talking out of my rear end, but they did not look like the number 10 ranked team. They lost to unranked Boston College, and based on this new rankings, I don't see them in the top 25. I mean, yeah, you're gonna drop out. You lose to Boston College, and you're gonna drop out of the top 10, the top 25. So it just goes back to I'm just trying to make a point about when somebody said, "Oh, but my team was undefeated," they're supposed to be in the playoff. Well, when it was a 14 playoff, no, just no. You got to beat somebody good. I mean, I think the other teams in there, UW had the number 1 strength of schedule. Bama had the number 2 strength of schedule, even though they had a loss to Texas early in the season. And then you had Michigan up there, which I think was like 7 in strength of schedule, and Florida State 36. So that's why you're not getting in there. You're not. It's not happening for you. But yeah, football is back this weekend, NFL. Not excited to watch the Patriots, but I'm curious. I want to see Jacoby Brissett. I want to see how Gerard Mayo does coaching. Somebody I actually met, I got to photograph him and his family for this cookbook that I did back in 2017. It's a great dude. Really good interaction with him. Of course, I've never played football. I have no football insights on how he's going to do as a coach, but good dude. So I'll say that. So Patriots will be on in here. I grabbed my other TV so I can do Red Zone and NFL ticket and whatever the local game is. But yeah, FSU, man, that's tough. I want to talk about Alabama for a second because they played Western Kentucky to open up 63-0. Ryan Williams, true freshman. Kid is 17. 2 long touchdowns from Jalen Milroe, and it helps having your quarterback return for another season as a starter with the new coach, Kalen DeBoer. I just think, man, it's going to be fun to watch Milroe to Williams all year. And Ryan Williams said 4 + 2 = 6. Pretty cold bar, 6 points, right? Jalen Milroe's number 4, Ryan Williams number 2. You get it. So that's going to be fun to watch this year. Moving on to cards, I've been just ridiculously ripping when I get home all these haunted packs, and I've finally started to pull some good stuff. This Wemby, I was surprised, is kind of going for some money. These are a bunch of Wembys, I think. These all Wembys? And then some of these Webb ones. I didn't get the Webb ones in a Wemby, but if you get this hollow foil, this is a Dylan Brooks, so not as valuable. But if you get this in a Wemby, some money, talking $500 money. So I've got a few more of those boxes, bundles. They look like bags of Oreos to go through. So that's what I did last night after work. Had a pretty good sales day for Labor Day, and I was fine with that. I got other stuff done, editing. Somebody brought me in some cool NHL jerseys, some hockey jerseys. So that was good. I think, Tim and I, we have our daily huddle just to talk business and stuff like that. And one of the topics we brought up was we think the card market in like 7 years, 5 to 7 years, is going to be like scorching hot. I think we're just seeing the beginning of what this can do, what the card market can do. And, Fanatics, they own Topps, Mitchell & Ness, Lids. I feel like they own something else. And then you've got your Upper Deck over here, and you've got your Panini over there. So I want to be included as a direct account with all of them, starting with Topps. Hopefully today's the day we chat and something happens and get going and buy some stuff. But with all the unique marketing ideas, like doing these Haunted Hoops Halloween cards, pretty cool idea. The more of these unique sets that come out, I think the more value they're going to hold. And look, the Earth's population keeps growing, and population in the United States keeps growing, which means that the hobby is going to keep growing. Like Cooper Flag is a great example. Cooper Flag is going to play at Duke this year. The Bowman U packs, those are got to be hot because anybody in Maine, New England, and anybody in the basketball community is going to want to get a piece of this kid. He's going to be the number 1 overall pick, and he's an animal. 17 years old, 6'9", 17 going on 18, not sure. From Newport, Maine, just up the road. Like, dude he's a stud. Great player. And in the card world, you're going to get the Bowman U cards. Then you're going to get the 2025 draft class NBA cards. Whoever drafts him, going to want that rookie card. Are we going to see the next Wemby in Cooper Flag? Card-wise. I'm not saying exactly like talent-wise, but what's it going to be like? Is it going to be Christian Laettner, or is it going to be Wembanyama? I think there's a big range, and I think he's a different player than both of them. But he's got some skills. He's got the guard skills, but he's got the shooting skills too. And of course, he's 6'9" with a massive wingspan. So we're getting ahead of ourselves because it's fun. That's what we do in the hobby. Oh, this card's going to be worth $1 million, or this triple auto. Giannis just upped the bounty to $500,000. So now you're thinking, who do I want to deal with? Giannis or Jeff Wilson or Ken Golden or Grand Slam Collectibles? Like, who's it going to be? Or imagine if my boy Matty B comes in here and he opens the 1 of 1. I've been seeing a bunch of nonsense on Facebook and Instagram. Like Jeff Wilson was saying, all these, did the 1 of 1 get pulled? And of course he was just getting trolled, like hundreds of people DMing him that they pulled it. He's a good sport about it. He's a good sport about pretty much everything. That is one thing I like about the hobby is most people don't take themselves too seriously because they remember that we are selling pieces of cardboard. It's not that deep. It's fun. And I got an awesome comment on YouTube for my last video. Shout out to Matthew. Appreciate you. I still love the junk wax era too. He said, fan of the junk wax era, but didn't have many really valuable cards. And when I grew up, my most valuable card probably was like the 90 Fleer Jordan raw. It's a few bucks. I didn't have the money to spend on hobby boxes. I didn't buy one hobby box until I opened this shop. So until I was like 37, 38 years old. I just didn't have the money for it. Neither did my dad. I mean, he was running a business, and my brother wasn't really into cards like I was. And I think I was into cards for a couple of years and would collect here and there, but I just started playing sports. So I still get nostalgic about like the 90 Topps baseball or the 90 Fleer basketball, because those were the first packs that I would open with the gum. And actually at the expo where we're going to set up, October 19th and 20th, is where I bought my first ever pack of cards. It was 1990 Fleer, and it was these wax packs. It was awesome. And I remember going, because the two people set up sports cards, and my dad went there for the postcards and the paper. Just awesome time. And they had the quarter arcade machines like The Simpsons and X-Men, and me and my brother we'd buy like 2 packs of cards, and my dad would give us some quarters, and we would play. arcade games and buy like a soda until my dad was done at the show, and then we go home. And that was like our typical Saturday morning, usually in the wintertime. And then we go play Y basketball. So a lot of good feels around those sets, the Fleer 90 and the Topps 90. None of it was super valuable. I was collecting I started in the heyday of the overprint era. I didn't have all, I wish that at that age I wasn't collecting the 90 stuff. I wish I was into like the 96, 97, the Topps Chrome, the Kobe. And I think I bought a few packs, and I had a 96 Kobe rookie, Topps rookie, not the Chrome one or the NBA 50th anniversary one. So that was, I get it. I haven't had really valuable cards till I had a shop. And so when I put on my hat as a collector, I think about things a lot differently than as a shop owner. As a shop owner, most of the stuff on this show that I'm talking about is angled from, if you buy this, what's the value? How do you sell it? What's the best way to market a product or a card? And the other way you could think about it is, I just love collecting the set. I love the look of the cards. Like, even though these are cards you can get at Costco, these haunted hoops, I just think they look really cool. Like, I love the Goosebumps style, like slime on the back. You got the pumpkin. Those are cool to me, and they may not, ever be worth a ton of money, more than they are now. So I've been setting aside the Santa Clara guys, Jalen Williams, Brandon Pajemski. That's my PC. Anybody Santa Clara. I always say that. So it's good to have things to collect that you like. Collect what you like. And of course, if you see a deal, snag the deal. As Warren Buffett says, don't use a spoon, use a bucket. Like, don't just get a couple of the things. Like, if it's at such a good price, get that bucket. Like, scoop as much as you can. Because then you got more money to buy the stuff that you want. Or save it, put it away, invest it, whatever. I have enjoyed this as an exercise because it forces my brain to get working in the morning. And, after going through all my early morning business meeting, pre 9 o'clock meeting, just about what we're going to do here in the shop, it gives me an outlet to talk about some of the kind of things on the side that they come up, but they're not really crucial to me making money each day. But one thing I do want to mention again is a couple events coming up. So October 12th, AmVets, the main card show. Carter Collects Cards, my guy, along with Ryan, along with Chris, along with the whole crew. They are presenting this show from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., $5 entry. They've invited myself and Tim from Double Play to set up for the whole day and then do a trade show from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. after the show. Trade night, I guess you would call it. I think that's going to be hype. This is going to be the low-key best card show of the year up here, especially up here in Maine. There's going to be some deals to be had. I highly encourage you to get there. Come hang out with us. We're going to bring the heat. We always do. So if you want to step up, we're going to have the awesome stuff. And at a show, it's probably the best time to get a deal with us. Like, if you come in the shop, your price is the price. You're paying the shop. It's retail. You're paying the price. At a show, I might go 30, 40% off. Who knows? Cash and trade. Anything can happen. We can wheel and deal at a show. It's just because it's the right venue. I don't mind haggling with people in the shop, but unless we're doing a trade night, probably not going to do a trade with you here in the shop. It's not going to happen. But at the main card show at AmVets in Yarmouth, October 12th, all deals are on the table. Anything we bring is for sale. The $1 Million Man said it best. Everybody has a price for the $1 Million Man. We are going to bring some vintage basketball, some sealed packs, okay? I found it in somebody's attic. It's like intact. There's 10 packs of sealed basketball. You're going to need to come check that out. The Mickey Mantle will be making an appearance. Maybe it's going home with one of you. We will have special mystery boxes. I can't say any details on them, but they're going to be worth the price of admission, worth way more. We're going to have some giveaways. Definitely going to be giving away some gift cards, probably some swag. But, hey, that's cash. That's as good as cash in the shop. We're going to be bringing those to the show. And then at the same time, the shop will be open on that day. So anybody who, for whatever reason, you can't make it up, somebody will be in here helping you out. And Northeast Card Show, what more do I need to say? 19th and 20th of October, the following weekend. Whatever awesome stuff doesn't get sold at the AmVets show in Yarmouth is going to be coming with us to the show at the expo. And we'll probably be buying stuff in Yarmouth too to bring with us. So a couple weekends back to back, it's funny because Tim usually has Saturday off, but he's awesome in the fact that he just steps up, zero complaints. He wants to really be a part of all the shows, all the trade nights, and a couple guys being dudes. That's what we do around here. So he stepped it up, and that's what we do for you guys. There's two of us and my dad as well. And I don't always include my dad just because he does so many things in the background. It's like a treat if you get to see him in here. That means you were in here. You're in here a lot because he's not always. He's just in and out, does his thing, hides in the back, prices stuff, moves on. It's just the two of us building this business up and making sure we give you the collectibles, the cards, the things that you want, new product, old product. It's really exciting every day to show up and try to figure out how to sell things. And whether you like it or not, we're all selling something. Usually, we're just selling ourselves. And that's still true here in the shop. Like, you can buy cards other places, but I think people like buying cards in here because they like the experience and they like how they're treated. And I think you guys like the prices too. We're competitive. We keep it under eBay. That's our policy. Of course, things change, but I can't change the price every morning. All right, I just can't. So with that, I got some work to do today. But yeah, I grew up not having the biggest and best collection, so it's kind of interesting to see kids, and cool to see kids that have these Zion cases. They got slabs. They got thousands of dollars in cards. A world I've never understood as a kid. And I'm even still trying to understand as an adult. So it's a different world out there in the hobby. Okay, me and Wemby, we got work to do. We got to sell some cards. Thanks, y'all. Peace.